build the track right by the swimming hole.
Racetrack.
Right, so I somehow pleaded in with them and let me drive it. And somehow I'm getting yelled at because I didn't use the brake on the way down. This is like the greatest thing ever. Keeping this thing trying to get on the road. And at the bottom there's a culvert and it's like open on both sides. So all I'm just trying to meet the trees. If I can get between the trees, because the brakes never really worked very well on that thing anyway. So I was like, I'm so excited. I got yelled at for not using the brakes, but boy, it was fun.
One of the two go-karts was the state champion for speed in the state in the continent.
7 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
Where
this
did you-
thing
where did you
would
get it?
fly.
It was
This-
awesome.
This thing would fly.
I don't use the brakes either.
It would go.
Well, and the other thing is
But the
that
thing of it is, sometimes it got stuck
and
in high gear or something like that.
it immediately engaged when
And you
started.
couldn't control it. It
It
just
was centrifugal.
happened with
it-
him, and it happened one time at the camp.
Happened with
Yeah,
Steve.
so here's
Thank
one thing that's
goodness
great.
some-
I gotta say, so great about growing up in this family. When Dad comes up with an idea, he's a man of action. We're gonna make it happen.
Let's go. It'll be
So
fun.
we are just traveling. We're just going along with this stuff. And so
into the whirlwind.
Dad goes, "Well, we need somebody to just keep driving around the track to kind of wear it down."
No,
This is the greatest thing ever. So I'm driving this
We
thing.
had a grass. No, now tell the whole story. Now we had a grass outfit. We had to have like a track with a.
They mowed it down really nice.
Let him
It's a
talk.
hard.
Let him talk.
It's good enough for me.
So, but the beauty of this thing is that having a grass thing wasn't good
Track
enough.
is
We
a
had to
track.
make it into we had to make it into
racetrack.
a racetrack. So Dad goes, of course he's so great. Drive it around there, drive it around as many times as you can, just drive it around there. So I am just having the greatest time of my life driving this go-kart. I'm not even supposed to be driving it, but it's so great because it's supposed to be for the older kids. But I'm trying to build the little racetrack. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, pull up a couple chairs.
What, Dad?
Move it in farther, Ellen. So Charlie
All I
might be
wanted
coming.
was not for the
All I
juniors
wanted.
or
The
intermediate.
greatest stories of all I wanted. All I wanted, wife, was one girl.
I filled out all the forms. I had it notarized. And what happened?
Yeah, and Joy would say, fail, fail.
It's the man's responsibility, not the woman's.
I don't know, Dad would always
He
say,
determines
Mom had
the
it last.
sex.
Yeah. I know you teach
Yeah.
those classes, but I will tell you this, Dad has another saying for that. There's a rejection type of formula that goes on there. One girl. She could have chose that one.
I think
One
with
out
the
of
10
sovereignty,
million.
he was protecting
Lois.
the girl from being a Gowdy.
She's protecting the girl from being a gun.
This conversation just went down.
Went south.
I'm sorry, Dad.
How could she?
What was the only thing you wanted?
Exactly.
By the way, I've never heard this story before about the racetrack.
No, I hadn't either. I hadn't either.
All I
How old
wanted.
were you? How old?
It
She's
never
like
got
It
done.
ends up in the hospital.
Let's
I
get
can tell you
back.
that.
With his broken toe.
Story.
And Betty.
Tim.
Hey, have you heard this one? You gotta hear this. This is
Okay.
Forget the broken toe
That's
bit
another.
now.
No, we're talking about the broken toe.
The racetrack never got done.
This was like Big Betty's highlight of her life was to make Dad pay and give him pain when he had to get his toe.
Before you start that, now you can add it if you want. I talked to Uncle Mac and Uncle Roy, and we were the three directors of the youth camp. Okay.
Sounds pretty sexy.
And I talked to the others, and I asked them kindly, we got to have an activity, not for the juniors or the intermediates, but for the seniors, that wasn't a physical thing, that was just a fun thing that the kids, the seniors, could come to camp and just have good old fun.
And they would remember.
And they
it.
all sit there and looked at one another, Uncle Roy and Uncle Mac. I said, what about it? I said, well, I have a friend of mine that has these go-karts. I said that are pretty decent. What about having a go-kart that goes around? I had no idea that one was just won the speed.
Had a big trophy. I saw the trophy. It was like a big
Dad,
monster trophy.
You're still trying to sell that one?
Yeah.
It's like, you know it went 70 miles an hour.
I want to
It
hear
was
him.
only
I
65.
want to hear him.
And anyway, so Uncle Roy says, well, sounds all right. Uncle Max says, well, if that's what you want, Uncle John, fine. I said, fine, okay, 2 votes to 1 or to whatever it was,
Betty
fine.
didn't get a vote, did
So
she?
No.
Betty, Betty was 100% against it. Betty
was uninvited to that.
Betty
She
Jane
wasn't,
Ward-
yeah, she wasn't in front of that board meeting.
She was our nurse. And she said, no way in this world, you can't, no way, I'm not gonna permit. I said,
That's
we've
called
already
the voice of
voted on it,
reason.
Betty, it's done. And she just was up in my face, something fierce.
She knew better.
Against it, I'm against it,
just
I don't
against
want
it,
it.
you
And I
know?
said, Betty, it's
gets
gonna
the
be all right.
Liability.
I said, Betty, it's gonna be all right. Uncle Mac, talk to Betty. Uncle Mac, talk to Betty. You can talk to Betty.
Yeah, he used words like sweetheart and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and so,
Give me your ginger
so
ale.
now, I don't know that he convinced Betty, but he did calm her down a little bit and gave her something to do or whatever. He diverted whatever it was. And of course, Uncle Roy, he was in left field anyway. But anyway, we got the golf carts.
Go-karts.
I'm sorry, go-karts. And we used them. We almost killed 2 kids. One of them was going straight towards the creek, and it's about a 4 or 5, 6 foot drop down to the creek.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And one
That's
of
so
my
close.
nephews, I think it was Brent, he reached over there and grabbed the back end of the cart
Lifted it up.
and lifted up the back wheels, and the back wheels are going crazy like that, and just stopped just before it got to the end of the creek. And I'm thinking, man, that guy thought he's a good thinker. He grabbed that in the back
And
of the-
quick.
and quick. And I mean, the back wheels are spinning like crazy, and this little kid is frozen at like this. I said, let your foot off the pedal. Off the pedal. Oh, yeah. And Brent just kept the back wheels off the ground, and kid got out of the go-kart. Things slowed down. Finally, it stopped. Put it down. I patted Brent on the back. I said, thanks for saving that kid's life.
so what
He
happened?
was saved before that, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you like led him to the Lord,
No,
he was good.
after camp was all over with, right?
Oh,
We
no,
had-
that scared the saving into
We
him.
had,
That's how they got him there.
after the camp was all over with, we had the go-karts at home. Almost killed one missionary that,
We skipped a very important story.
Yes.
The toe.
The go-karts had to go and get something fixed,
That's
right?
the fun part of the go-kart as
Yeah,
far
I
as
want to
Betty
hear
is
that.
concerned.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
somebody
it's
got
great.
their last laugh.
Okay, the
well, I
governor.
grabbed the hold of the back end of the thing and it was going like
No,
crazy.
no, no. What happened? So why were you trying to drive it?
It had a problem.
The go-kart had to be repaired.
Something about the governor on it
Right across from the
was
post office
all fouled
downtown.
up.
Off of
And he had
Route
to
11.
take it to the shop.
And it was fixed, and it needed to go home. And Dad was
He
being
drove it
exercising
home.
patience.
Yeah, that's what it was.
No, this happened.
No, no,
He
my
never
dad-
had
with the
patience. Are you kidding?
And so my dad says,
Oh,
this
I'm
thing is
I'll just
65
drive it
mile an
home.
hour. It's roadworthy.
Drive it home.
I'll drive it home.
He
goes
he got this
65.
bad attitude.
I'm sure the police can't catch me anyway.
You can't catch me.
Out under the
The little red
ground.
flag on the back is going like
They'll
this.
never see me.
They just broke the speed record.
Can you see us going down those back roads? Bang.
Okay, honestly, honestly tell them
Oh,
what
sorry.
happened at that
Yeah, at
that
that
shop.
moment.
I'm
at the
not-
one.
I'm not saying
Go
it's like,
ahead. I dare you.
no.
Mom
Let's
will
vote
tell.
on her. Who wants to hear
Mom
the
will
story?
tell. Mom will tell if you don't.
I'll start it.
Yeah.
Or outvoted.
Good mama. So they
Can't
wouldn't
keep
pick
that
you
a
up,
secret.
doggone it.
So when he went to pick it up, he thought it was all done, ready to go. So he got on it, and the same thing happened again. And from his story, he ran into this fence, I mean, it was one of those tall fences around them.
I heard. Why did he run into the fence and not the?
Because he couldn't stop it. It took off like crazy. And he said that at the same time these guys were looking out the window at him. And finally got it going. He got it to Clearbrook. And then you had another story on the way. Don't you remember it? Anyway, when he went into the fence, he thought he broke, well, Betty thought he broke his toe, but it was really bruised, purple. And that's when he came into the emergency room.
Yes, he did.
And you were working there. And did you call Betty down?
I couldn't help it.
I grabbed
The emergency room was downstairs. ICU where Betty was upstairs. She does not take the steps.
No.
She went to the elevator, come down. Oh, she took the steps down.
needed to get She's so excited to see about this because
And it was a black and blue.
I had a great big
There was
stone.
a grimace on her face.
If you want to see it, in my tennis shoe, I had a stone drove right through the tennis shoe into my big toe, and it was implanted in my big toe, and the toe was bright purple by the time we got to the emergency room.
And Betty was so full of empathy, understanding.
She was thrilled. I told you so.
And she's going
Yeah.
like the head doctor walks in and almost fired her on the spot.
Yep.